Love, a precious gift, but also a journey full of challenges. Have you ever felt lost in your relationships? Or wondered how to build a sustainable and happy love? In love, men don't always openly express their feelings. Many choose to send subtle signals, waiting for the other person to notice and reciprocate. But if you're not observant, you might unintentionally miss important signs that he is giving you the green light. So how do you know if a man truly likes you? Let's explore the subtle yet incredibly accurate signals that reveal his feelings, and perhaps, you'll realize that someone has been noticing you for a long time. Welcome to the Sophia's Knowledge channel, and my name is Sophia. This is where we share lessons on love, real-life experiences, and tips for building a strong relationship. In today's video, I will reveal to you 6 subtle signals that a man is giving you the green light to make the first move. Watch to find out immediately. If you are seeking a deeper understanding of love and ways to develop your relationships, don't miss this video. Before we begin, find a quiet space and put on your headphones so that you can fully absorb every word I share. Relax and join me on this journey. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Let's go. Signal 1. His eyes are always on you. In love, the eyes are one of the most powerful and honest signals to reveal a man's feelings. When a man truly cares about you, his eyes will clearly reflect that. But how can you tell if he's giving you the green light or if it's just an accidental glance? Let's analyze the important signs to understand the meaning behind his gaze. Longer than normal stares. If a man looks at you for longer than what is typical in normal interactions, that might be a sign of attraction. Normally, eye contact between two strangers lasts only about 1 to 2 seconds. But if he looks at you for longer, around 3 to 5 seconds or more before looking away, then that is no ordinary glance. Such stares often carry a special kind of attention. Sometimes, the man may not even realize he's been staring at you for too long, simply because you naturally captured his attention. If you catch those looks repeatedly, especially when he isn't aware that you are noticing them, that's a sign that he has feelings for you. Frequent searching gaze. An even clearer sign is when he constantly seeks you out in a crowd. You might notice this during group meetings, in class, at work, or during gatherings with friends. Whenever you change your position or move, his gaze follows. If a man continuously looks your way, even while he is talking to someone else, it's certain that you occupy a special place in his mind. Especially if you accidentally turn around and catch his eye at that moment, he may quickly look away or pretend to focus on something else. That is a clear sign he is interested in you but isn't yet ready to show his feelings openly. Eyes accompanied by a gentle smile. One of the strongest signals is when his eyes are paired with a gentle smile. This isn't just a polite smile, but one that comes from deep emotion. When a man looks at you with tender eyes and a soft smile, it shows that he feels happy and comfortable seeing you. This kind of smile is usually not overly radiant or ostentatious. It is simply a natural reaction when he sees you. Some men may not even realize they are smiling when they look at the person they like. If you notice this, try returning the smile. If he reacts by continuing to smile or appears a bit flustered, you can be sure that he has feelings for you. Stealing glances without wanting to be caught. There are some men who prefer to sneak glances from afar rather than making direct eye contact. They find ways to observe you without you noticing. If you catch him repeatedly accidentally looking in your direction but he quickly turns away when you look back, that is a very clear signal that he is interested in you but isn't brave enough to show it outright. A little tip to test whether he is really noticing you: try suddenly turning to look at him at different times. If you see him quickly look away or pretend to check his phone, that is a sign he is hooked on you. Sincere eye contact when talking. A man who truly likes you will not only look at you from afar but will also maintain eye contact when talking to you. When he likes you, his gaze will be completely focused on you, undistracted by his surroundings. If he looks directly into your eyes when speaking, especially in private moments, it shows that he is genuinely interested in you and what you say. Sometimes, he might even glance at your lips unconsciously, as if he is naturally attracted to you. Eyes showing care and concern. The eyes not only express attraction but also care. If a man frequently looks at you with a concerned gaze when you are sad, or a joyful one when you are happy, that is a clear sign that he not only likes you but also truly cares about your emotions. He might notice even the slightest changes on your face, such as when you look tired or stressed. If you see his gaze change in response to your emotions, know that you have a special place in his heart. Finally, the eyes are the window to the soul, and if you pay close attention, you can read so much from them. When a man frequently looks at you, seeks to maintain eye contact, and shows care through his eyes, that is a sign that he is giving you the green light for you to take the initiative. However, eye contact is just one of many signals. To be sure whether he truly likes you or not, combine this with other signs such as the way he treats you, how he speaks, and his actions when he is near you. If you notice these signals, don't hesitate to open your heart and reciprocate. Sometimes, a little initiative from you can open the door to an interesting love story. What do you think about this lesson? Have you ever applied something similar in your life? Please share your thoughts or your story in the comments. I'll read and respond quickly. Thank you for your attention. Let's continue together. Signal 2. He likes to look for opportunities to get closer to you. In the world of love, men don't always openly express their feelings. But if you pay close attention, you will notice that they often engage in unconscious actions to show their interest. One of the clearest signals is when a man likes to find opportunities to get physically closer to you. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, he will try to narrow the physical distance, create intimate moments, and make you feel closer. But how can you tell if this behavior is accidental or a sign of attraction? Let's explore the important indicators below. Always choosing to sit near you. Try observing when you and he appear in a group of friends or a public setting. If a man truly has feelings for you, he will try to choose a seat near you. He might not immediately sit right next to you, but he will choose a spot close enough to easily chat or interact with you. This shows that he wants to clearly feel your presence. If you notice that every time you meet, he unintentionally appears near you or naturally moves to a position close to you, that is a sign he is trying to establish a connection. Finding an excuse to stay by your side longer. A man who likes you will never want to leave you too soon. He will try to prolong the conversation, find reasons to stay or create situations where he can meet you more often. For example, if you work together, he might accidentally show up during your break or offer to help with a task as an excuse to be near you. If you study together or participate in the same activity, he will actively initiate conversations or look for opportunities to collaborate with you. His constant desire to spend more time with you than usual shows that he not only enjoys talking but also wants a closer connection. Deliberately touching you gently in a natural way. When a man is attracted to you, he will try to make physical contact unconsciously but not in an overt way. This may include a light touch on your hand when handing you something, a gentle pat on the shoulder when teasing you, standing close to you in line or when moving together, a slight brush against your knee when sitting together. These touches are not overly obvious or uncomfortable, they usually occur naturally, creating a friendly and intimate feeling. If you notice that he frequently exhibits these gestures, it is very likely a sign he has feelings for you. Always finding a way to stand close when talking. During regular conversations, the personal space between two people is usually comfortable. But if a man truly likes you, he tends to shorten the distance a bit compared to others. If he stands closer than normal, leans towards you when listening, or maintains closeness during conversation, that is a sign he wants a deeper connection. Especially when the two of you are talking in a crowded space, he may try to move closer so that he can hear you better, or gently lean towards you naturally. This indicates that he cares about every word you say and wants to enjoy your presence. Taking the initiative to propose shared activities. A man who has feelings for you will look for ways to create more opportunities for you both to be together. He might actively invite you to join an activity. Suggest going out with a group of friends while still creating situations for some one-on-one time. Offer to help you with a task as an excuse to meet. This is his way of drawing you into his space, giving both of you a chance to get to know each other better. If he continuously creates opportunities like these, it could mean he is waiting for a signal from you to take things further. Using words to hint at closeness. Sometimes a man may not show much through actions, but he expresses his interest through words. He might joke that you look adorable when you're near him, or say things like, "We really click. It's always fun going out with you. I feel comfortable when I'm with you." These words are not just casual remarks, they are subtle signals that he wants to be closer and more intimate with you. Slight jealousy when you get close to other men. If a man cares about you, he will react subtly when he sees you getting close to another man. He might not display it too overtly, but he could look at you with a slightly changed expression. Remain silent or react unusually when you mention someone else. Inadvertently show increased concern after seeing you interact with another man. This shows that he feels a bit threatened and does not want to lose the connection with you. Finally, if a man is constantly seeking opportunities to get closer to you, it is not a coincidence. This behavior indicates that he has feelings for you and is waiting for a sign to take the next step. However, it is important that you also listen to your own feelings. If you also have feelings for him, respond with small gestures so that both of you can understand each other better. If you are not sure yet, try to observe more signs and take your time to feel it out. Sometimes, just a little initiative from you can turn an ambiguous relationship into a memorable love story. If you're still watching the video, don't hesitate to comment continue. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. I look forward to hearing from you. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that Sophia has more motivation to create more interesting and meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Signal 3. He always takes the initiative to text, but lets you lead the conversation. In the digital age, texting has become an important means of communication, especially during the initial stages of getting to know someone. One of the clearest signals that a man has feelings for you is when he always takes the initiative to text, yet he doesn't overwhelm or control the conversation. Instead, he skillfully lets you set the pace of the discussion. So why does he do this? Is it a sign that he truly likes you, or merely a habitual behavior? Let's delve deeper into this signal and learn how to accurately determine whether he is giving you the green light. Always texting first, a subtle way to initiate a conversation. If a man frequently texts you first, it indicates that you hold a special place in his mind. He can't wait to talk to you, but he also doesn't want to come off as too pushy. Typically, these texts aren't coercive or goal-driven, they're simply things like, "How are you today? I just saw something interesting that made me think of you. I just heard a really nice song. Would you like to give it a listen?" Such texts show that he's trying to open up a conversation without placing pressure on you. Even if you don't respond immediately, he won't bombard you with messages or seem desperate. This means that he cares about you but also respects your personal space. Letting you lead the conversation, a way to probe your feelings. A distinctive aspect of this texting style is that he doesn't dominate the conversation. Instead of asking too many questions himself, he lets you decide the level of interaction. This can be seen in several ways. He sends an opening text but doesn't continuously pile on questions. If you reply with brief answers, he doesn't force the conversation to continue unnaturally. If you take the initiative to expand the discussion, he happily participates and shows genuine interest. This approach indicates that he is probing to see if you're also interested in him. If you like him, you'll take the lead and continue the conversation, which serves as a signal for him to open up more about his feelings. If a man does this, it might mean that he's waiting to see if you reciprocate his interest before revealing more of his emotions. Always responding quickly but not too impulsively. Another important signal is how he responds to your texts. If a man likes you, he will respond as quickly as possible, but not always immediately, to avoid coming off as overly impatient. Ensure you're not left waiting too long, unless he's genuinely busy. Reply in a way that shows he cares, providing thoughtful responses rather than just curt, offhand replies like "yeah, I know," or "okay" without any further interaction. If you send a long message and he only responds with a one-word reply such as "yeah, got it," or "sure" without further engagement, it might indicate that he isn't truly interested. However, if he consistently tries to extend the conversation naturally, that's a strong sign he is giving you the green light to feel comfortable sharing more. Taking the initiative to ask questions to learn more about you. A man who likes you won't just text for small talk, he genuinely wants to learn more about you. He might ask questions like, "What do you like to do on weekends? Do you enjoy watching movies? What kind? If you had the chance to travel, where would you most like to go?" These questions are not just casual chit-chat, they are his way of understanding your interests and thoughts better. If he remembers what you've said before and brings it up in later conversations, that's a clear sign he's really paying attention to you. Never disappearing suddenly. A man who truly likes you won't leave you puzzled by suddenly ghosting you, chatting happily and then disappearing all day without explanation. If he's busy, he will proactively inform you, "I have something to take care of, I'll chat with you later." Return to the conversation naturally without leaving you wondering what happened. This shows that he values the communication between you both, rather than just texting when he's free or bored. Patient if you reply slowly. A man who is giving you the green light but wants you to lead will not pressure you to reply immediately. He understands that you have your own life and can't always respond right away. If you reply slowly, he won't send continuous messages such as, "Where are you? Why aren't you replying? Did you not see my text?" Instead, he will patiently wait and remain cheerful and relaxed when you eventually respond. This is a sign that he genuinely cares about you rather than trying to control you. Finally, if a man always takes the initiative to text but lets you lead the conversation, it is not only a sign of his interest but also of respect. He wants to communicate with you but also wants to ensure that you share the same feelings. It's important to pay attention to how he reacts to your stories. If he consistently shows that he listens, remembers details, and actively engages in meaningful conversations, then he is certainly waiting for a signal from you. So, if you like him too, try taking a little initiative. Sometimes, just a simple question or a bit of care from you can help move the relationship forward. Signal 4. He remembers the little things about you. There is a beautiful saying in love, "Who pays attention will remember." If a man remembers the little details about you, from your likes, habits, to those details that even you don't think anyone notices, then you undoubtedly hold a special place in his heart. Men usually don't spend much time and mental energy remembering trivial things about a person unless they truly care. Therefore, if you notice that someone always remembers the small things about you, it is very likely that he is giving you the green light and waiting for you to notice his care. So how can you recognize this sign? Let's explore the specific manifestations below. Remembering your favorite food. One of the clearest signs is when he remembers what you like to eat. It could be something as simple as, you prefer iced coffee with milk instead of black coffee. You like spicy food but not overly hot. You have a favorite snack that not everyone knows about. If, during a date or by chance when dining together, he intentionally orders your favorite dish, or brings up something you once mentioned about food, that is a sign he has paid attention to you more than usual. This also reflects his attentiveness. A man only remembers your favorite food if he genuinely cares about what makes you happy. Remembering the details of your life. Not only the big things, but a caring man will also remember the small details about you, such as: you once mentioned an important day in your life. You said you hate rainy days because they make you feel sad. You have a habit of always carrying a small notebook with you. If one day, he brings up these things that you haven't repeated, it shows that he has stored pieces of you in his mind. Not everyone can remember such little details, especially men. If he can do that, you definitely hold a special place in his heart. Remembering your schedule and habits. Have you ever wondered why he always texts or calls exactly when you're free? Or why he seems to know that you will be at a favorite coffee shop even if you haven't mentioned it to anyone? A man who likes you will subtly remember your habits, such as: you usually wake up early and enjoy a morning walk. You have a habit of going for coffee every Saturday afternoon. You often travel during holidays instead of staying home. He doesn't need to track you all the time, but he will intentionally remember and adjust his actions so that he can naturally be with you. Remembering the things that make you feel special. A man who truly cares about you will always notice the things that make you feel happy or comfortable. If you once mentioned that you like sunflowers on a special occasion, he might buy you a bouquet of sunflowers without you even reminding him. If you once shared that you have a favorite song, one day, he might send it to you for no particular reason. If you once said that you like a particular little restaurant, he might invite you there on a beautiful day. This kind of memory isn't intended to impress, but is a natural response when he truly cares about you. Remembering what you shared about your feelings. If a man remembers what you once confided about yourself, it shows that he not only listened but truly understood you. If you once shared a sad story from your past, he will avoid saying or doing things that might hurt you. If you mentioned that you don't like overly noisy places, he won't invite you to crowded venues. If you talked about a dream you're pursuing, he will bring it up during important moments to encourage you. A man who remembers these things means he cares about your emotions more than ordinary words. Remembering the trivial but adorable things. Not only the important details, a man who likes you will remember even the most trivial yet meaningful details, such as: you once said you hate summer because it's too hot. You have a favorite cartoon character from your childhood. You have a habit of touching your hair when you're stressed. These details aren't noticed by everyone, unless someone truly cares about you in a very special way. Remembering your birthday or other special days. A man who cares about you will never forget the important days for you, whether or not you mention them. If you casually mention an anniversary, he will remember and surprise you with a congratulatory text. If you have an important event, he will ask you afterward about how it went. If you have a job interview, he will wish you luck before you go in. This is the clearest sign that not only does he remember, but he also keeps you in his thoughts every day. Finally, no man can remember everything about everyone. But if he remembers the little things about you, it means you hold a special position in his heart. Remembering something is not just about having a good memory, it is also a sign of care, affection, and the desire for a deep connection. So if you notice that someone always remembers the small things about you that you never thought anyone would notice, perhaps it's time to take a closer look at this relationship. It could be that he is waiting for you to recognize the love he has for you. Signal 5. He frequently compliments you, but not too overtly. When a man likes you, he cannot help but express his admiration. However, instead of showering you with flowery or ostentatious compliments, he chooses a more subtle and gentle approach, enough for you to feel that you're special without making you feel awkward. These compliments may come unexpectedly and are not always obvious, but if you pay attention, you will notice them appearing very frequently. So why does he do this? And how can you tell that this is a sign of genuine care rather than just polite small talk? Let's explore how a man shows his affection through thoughtful compliments. Complimenting you in a natural and sincere way. One of the clearest signs is that he does not force or exaggerate his compliments. Instead, they come very naturally. When you wear a beautiful outfit, he doesn't just say, "You're so pretty," but might say, "That outfit really suits you." When you complete a task, he doesn't say, "You're so smart," but might remark, "I love the way you handled that, it was very professional." When you smile, he doesn't simply say, "Your smile is beautiful," but will be more subtle with, "Seeing you smile makes my day brighter." These compliments, though not overly elaborate, convey a sincere and special feeling, unlike ordinary, routine remarks. Complimenting the things that others overlook. If a man notices and compliments the details that others tend to ignore, it shows that he has taken the time to observe you carefully. If you recently changed your hairstyle, even slightly, he might notice and say, "Your hair looks a bit different, really beautiful." If you have a small habit like twirling a pen when you're thinking, he might teasingly remark, "Every time you concentrate, you twirl that pen, it's so endearing." If you have a unique taste, he might say, "I haven't met anyone with your taste in music before, it's fascinating." These types of compliments indicate that he truly cares about you. Even the smallest details about you do not escape his notice. Complimenting in a casual yet meaningful way. Some compliments are not delivered directly to you, but instead appear when he talks about you with others. When someone mentions you, he might casually say, "She's really smart and handles situations so well." When you're not around, he may still speak positively about you. "She always brings such positive energy," making everyone around her feel comfortable. When someone jokes about you, he might gently defend you with, "No way, she's very thoughtful." If you happen to hear these remarks from others, it indicates that he has complimented you sincerely, not just to impress you, but because he truly feels that way. Complimenting through actions, not just words. Some men aren't as skilled with words but express their admiration through actions. If you wear a new dress, rather than saying "You look beautiful," he might look at you longer than usual or offer you a gentle smile when he sees you. If you just completed something important, instead of directly complimenting you, he might offer you a helping hand or show extra respect. If you share a great idea, rather than merely saying "That's great," he might ask further questions about your idea and express his genuine interest. Sometimes actions speak louder than words. If he doesn't compliment you too much verbally but consistently shows his appreciation through his actions, that is also a clear sign he is giving you the green light. Complimenting you in a humorous way to avoid being overly overt. Some men like you but do not want to reveal their feelings too clearly, so they use humor to mask them. Instead of saying, "You're gorgeous," he might joke, "You look pretty good today, I bet it took you ages to pick that outfit." Instead of saying, "You're really smart," he might say, "I didn't expect someone to be smarter than me, what a surprise." Instead of saying, "You're so cute," he might quip, "I think you should sign up as an ambassador of cuteness." These kinds of compliments allow him to maintain a natural vibe in the relationship, while still letting you feel the special care he has for you. Complimenting without forcing a response. Another important sign is that he compliments you without expecting an immediate response in return. He compliments you but does not wait for you to compliment him back. He delivers his compliments naturally and comfortably, without overdoing it to make an impression. He does not appear disappointed if you do not react too strongly to his compliments. This shows that he genuinely wants you to feel happy, rather than complimenting you in order to receive something in return. Finally, if a man frequently compliments you but not too overtly, that is a sign he is subtly paying attention to you. The difference between an ordinary compliment and one from a man who truly likes you lies in how he expresses it, not overly extravagant, not forced, yet full of sincerity and special care. If you also have feelings for him, try to notice how he compliments you. Sometimes, even a simple remark can open a new door in your relationship. Signal 6. He shows a bit of jealousy when you're close to other men. Jealousy is one of the most natural reactions when someone has feelings for another. However, a man who is giving you the green light won't display jealousy in an extreme or controlling manner. Instead, he will show a slight hint of jealousy, just enough for you to realize that he cares, but not so much that you feel pressured. These reactions can be very subtle, sometimes just a slight change in his behavior, a particular look, or a teasing remark. If you notice, you will see a difference in his attitude whenever you are close to another man. So how can you recognize this sign? Let's explore the distinctive behaviors of a man who likes you but hasn't dared to express it outright. Change in emotion when you mention another man. One of the clearest signs of mild jealousy is when you mention another man, and he immediately shows a change in his attitude. If he was cheerful before, he suddenly becomes quiet or speaks less. If he is usually very humorous, he might make a joke that carries a hint of discomfort. If he is focused on something and hears the name of another man, he may pause and listen more carefully. This is a sign that he is not indifferent to you being close to someone else. In fact, he is trying to hide his feelings so as not to appear too obvious. Teasing with a hint of competition. A man who likes you won't want to admit that he's jealous, but he might use teasing as a way to mask his feelings. If you mention a close male colleague, he might laugh and say, "Is he better than me?" If you go out with a group of friends that includes another man, he might joke, "I bet you're having a great time, does someone special take care of you?" If you mention that some guy complimented you, he might tease, "Well, of course, who wouldn't be attracted to you?" These remarks may seem like just playful banter, but in reality, they are his way of showing his concern without revealing too much jealousy. Taking a more investigative approach than usual. If a man doesn't have special feelings for you, he wouldn't pay much attention to the other men around you. But if he's slightly jealous, you will notice him inquire more about the man you are close to. Who is that guy? Have you known him for long? He seems to get along with you, doesn't he? He might not directly admit that he's curious, but clearly he is trying to find out more about this rival in a subtle way. Suddenly becoming more attentive to you. Another sign of mild jealousy is that he will start showing more attention to you after noticing that you are close to someone else. If previously he didn't text you much, now he will initiate more messages. If he wasn't very interested in your affairs before, now he will begin asking more about how you are doing. If he previously paid little attention to where you were going, now he will want to know more about your schedule. This change is not coincidental. Sometimes, the presence of another man makes him realize that he needs to do something to keep you. Some slight possessive actions. When a man has feelings for you, he will want you to pay more attention to him than to other men. Therefore, you may notice slight possessive behaviors, such as when you are talking with another man, he might suddenly interrupt the conversation. When you go out with a group of friends, he will try to stand closer to you. When you receive attention from another man, he will react immediately, even if it's just a sideways glance or a casual remark. These small actions are strong indicators that he does not want to share your attention with others. A slight silence or becoming a bit cold. Not every man expresses jealousy through overt words or actions. Some may choose to be silent or keep their distance when they see you getting close to someone else. He might talk a little less with you, but not completely withdraw. He might give a perfunctory response when you mention someone, as if he doesn't care, but in reality, he is restraining his emotions. He might not seem as enthusiastic as before, but he continues to observe you from a distance. This is a sign of someone whose emotions are being affected but who does not want to display them too openly. Finally, if a man is constantly looking for opportunities to be close to you, it is not by chance. This behavior shows that he has feelings for you and is waiting for a signal from you to take the next step. However, it is important for you to also listen to your own feelings. If you also like him, pay attention to these subtle reactions. Sometimes, just a little initiative from you can help take your relationship to the next level. Conclusion. In love, a man does not always express his feelings directly. Instead, he leaves subtle signals to show his care and to await a response from you. Signals such as his constant eye contact, finding ways to get physically close, initiating texts but letting you lead the conversation, remembering the little details about you, frequently complimenting you without being overly obvious, and showing a bit of jealousy when you are close to other men are all clear indications of the care he has for you. However, to determine a man's feelings, you should not rely on a single sign, rather, look at the overall way he behaves towards you. If you notice that he consistently shows these signals in a natural, sincere, and persistent way, it is very likely that he is waiting for a sign from you to move forward. So what should you do when you recognize these signs? If you also have feelings for him, try to be a little more proactive, perhaps a returned glance, a caring text, or simply creating more opportunities for you to be together. Sometimes, just a small signal from you can help the relationship develop in a positive direction. Love sometimes doesn't have to be complicated. Just listen, observe, and understand the signals the other person is sending, and you will know whether he truly has feelings for you or not. And most importantly, trust your own feelings. Thank you for watching today's video. I am very happy to share these lessons about love and relationships with you. I hope you have learned something new and can apply it in your life. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. Thank you for always supporting me, and don't forget to love yourself dearly.